Is Don Siegelman in prison because he's a criminal or because he belonged to the wrong political party in Alabama? Siegelman is the former governor of Alabama, and he was the most successful Democrat in that Republican state. But while he was governor, the U.S. Department of Justice launched multiple investigations that went on year after year until finally a jury convicted Siegelman of bribery. Now, many Democrats and Republicans have become suspicious of the Justice Department's motivations. 52 former state attorneys general have asked Congress to investigate whether the prosecution of Don Siegelman was pursued not because of a crime, but because of politics. 10 years ago, life was good for Don Siegelman. After he became governor, many believed he was headed to a career in national politics. In 1999, Siegelman's pet project was raising money to improve education. So he started a campaign to ask voters to approve a state lottery. He challenged Republicans to come up with a better idea.
You tell us how you're going to pay for college scholarships. You tell us how you're going to put state-of-the-art computers inside every school in this state.
But now the applause has long faded. This is Siegelman today, emptying a mop bucket at a federal prison camp in Louisiana. He's doing 7 years. The main charge against him was bribery, giving a position on a state board to businessman Richard Scrushy, who made a big donation to that lottery campaign. There was a star witness, Nick Bailey, a Siegelman aide who had a vivid story to tell.
Mr. Bailey had indicated that there had been a meeting with Governor Siegelman and Mr. Scrushy, a private meeting in the governor's office, just the two of them.
Doug Jones was one of Siegelman's lawyers.
And as soon as Mr. Scrushy left, the governor walked out with a $250,000 check that he said Scrushy had given him for the Lottery Foundation.
Had the check in his hand right then and there.
Had the check in his hand right then.
That Scrushy had just handed to him, according to Bailey's testimony.
That's right. Showed it to Mr. Bailey, and Nick asked him, well, what does he want for it? And Governor Siegelman allegedly said, a seat on the CON board. Nick asked him, can we do that? And he said, I think so.
The CON board regulates hospital construction, and Scrushy ran a healthcare company. Both Siegelman on the left and Scrushy were convicted in federal court. But as we found out, the imprisonment of Don Siegelman is not nearly as simple as that.
I haven't seen a case with this many red flags on it that pointed towards a real injustice being done.
Grant Woods is the former Republican Attorney General of Arizona. He's one of those 52 former state attorneys general of both parties who've asked Congress to investigate the Siegelman case.
I personally believe that what happened here is that they targeted Don Siegelman because they could not beat him fair and square. This is a Republican state, and he was the one Democrat they could never get rid of.
Now, a Republican lawyer from Alabama, Jill Simpson, has come forward to claim that the Siegelman prosecution was part of a 5-year secret campaign to ruin the governor. Simpson told us she did what's called opposition research for the Republican Party. She says that during a meeting in 2001, Karl Rove, President Bush's senior political advisor, asked her to try to catch Siegelman cheating on his wife.
Karl Rove asked you to take pictures of Siegelman.
Yes.
In a compromising sexual position with one of his aides.
Yes, if I could.
She says she spied on Siegelman for months but saw nothing. Even though she worked as a Republican campaign operative, Simpson says she wanted to talk to us because Siegelman's prison sentence bothers her conscience. But Woods says that's politics, not bribery.
You do a bribery when someone has a real personal benefit, not, hey, I would like for you to help out on this project, which I think is good for my state. If you're going to start indicting people and putting them in prison for that, then you might as well just build 9 or 10 new federal prisons, because that happens every day in every state house, in every city council, and in the Congress of the United States.
What you seem to be saying here is that this is analogous to giving a great deal of money to a presidential campaign, and as a result, you become ambassador to Paris.
Exactly. That's exactly right.